sitting here all night, trying to find the light. I'm going nowhere fast tonight.
So we're just getting back to our camp after a little bit of a walkabout. This is the shelter I built out of a 9x12 camouflage tarp. The way I have it, I sewed up the one end through the grommet holes. Use it as also a floor mat, and pinned down this corner. It works really well for the wind, and it keeps me nice and warm. We had a nice long fire going all night last night. We got a little bit of firewood collected right there, and we got the infamous Sasquatch, Mr. Landon.
Oh, hey everybody.
So last night we had a long fire going all night long. Kept us really warm, and we're only about 300 yards from the lake. And yesterday the wind was blowing this way. So we put up a wind block to help with the wind, but we found that it kind of vacuumed the smoke. So we had to lift it up and wrap it up so the wind would just blow through. And what we did, instead of having a windbreak, we just added extra wood to the fire. Now today, the wind is blowing from this direction, and we're just not even going to bother with a windbreak. The smoke inhalation that we suffered from last night, burning eyes, stuffy nose, was just too much for us. So we decided to just spend a little extra time cutting wood and stay warm that way. I'm going to use my char tin and char some horseshoe fungus. So I'm just going to throw this in the fire, or the coals of the fire I should say, and let it sit for a while, and then when I pull it out we'll open it up and take a look. So I pulled my char tin off the fire, let it cool down, and I got some beautiful chunks of charred horseshoe fungus. Try to get that in focus. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey everybody, we just finished some supper and it's gotten dark. We have our long fire going here. My shelter's over there, you can barely see it. Totally just smoked out over there. Should have changed my shelter around when I had the chance in the daylight. But you live and you learn. Getting pretty dark out there. It's raining in February in Saskatchewan. So I'm just laying in bed here. I built this ice wall or snow wall because embers from the fire were popping out and burning holes through the tarp. So we'll see how that works. It's still freezing rain outside. For my ground pad, I'm just using my sports utility space blanket. And it's working really well. I haven't had really too many issues with it, other than in between the sports utility blanket and the tarp. There's usually about a puddle of water in the morning, but I'm not wet, it's in between the two. So it's working pretty good. I'm all cuddled in and enjoying the fire with my buddy Landon here.
Hey everybody.
And yeah. Alright everybody, good night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke up with the fire out. It was a big rush to get the fire back going. It's freezing cold out here. The wind's blowing like a son of a bitch. I used 2 zip bricks to get the flames going again, and some smaller logs and some smaller branches. And I'm going to stay awake now and just make sure it's warm. Well, it's 7:45 in the morning. Definitely got tons of smoke inhalation. Got a few burn holes in my wool blanket. It's just about time to make some coffee and take down camp, throw some snow on the fire, and start the hike out. Well, I learned some valuable lessons about trying to do a wild camp at the Lake of the Prairies and ice fish at the same time. Ice fishing gear is way too heavy to be carrying that distance. And then I put us in a bad position by building camp too close to the lake so we didn't have to carry the gear too far. Well, that wind last night, I'll tell you, took a lot out of me. Burned a whole shit ton of calories. But look at this. Now that's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. That's what I get to wake up to when I'm out here. In the summertime or the spring, come back and do it again. Too bad Landon has to pull the sled out because I pulled it in.
Uphill.
So now we have about 5 miles of hiking uphill, and then it will be hopefully get picked up right away. So we had a good night's sleep. The first night I didn't do too much filming. You know, I just wanted to just hang out with my buddy here and enjoy a camp for a night. Fucking hiking in deep snow. So it may not look like too much of an incline, but there's this steady uphill grade here. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, you're probably not going to see it too much on film, but the way the valley works here is just gorgeous. You know, in the summertime I like coming here because you can kind of drive down to certain spots. Here now in the winter it's really good, secluded, no one's bothering you, but it's a pain in the ass to hike down here. Like, I'm gonna switch around the camera right now and let you see what I'm looking at. Just beautiful. Like, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? In the summertime, right down there is some of the best walleye fishing I've ever experienced in Saskatchewan. There's Landon.
Little sore today.
You know, 2 nights, 3 days in Saskatchewan climate, it's not for everybody. You know, and it was actually warm. It was 0 for the day yesterday, but then we got rain, so it kind of sucked. But the overnight went down to -12. So if you're wet all day and it freezes like that, it takes a little bit out of you. And the wind was just blowing. It was screaming by. Sound like a newfie there. It was screaming by. Fuck.